and gather them together, the dispersed of Judah.
Right, and he shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather the dispersed of Judah. That's talking about like what the brothers getting into. Our people that were scattered abroad during slavery, man. Because the so-called white man, these other nations, they did take us and set us up on different plantations across the world to work for different, different purposes, man. Like over here, the West Indian islands, you so-called white man had us come down, work the sugar canes up in North America, work the field, the crops over there in India, China, Asia. All of that was straight up slavery, man. Which is the reason why we were scattered abroad.
It says, and gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right, from the four corners of the earth, north, west, east, and south, man. Not only over here, in the North Americas, but even in the western coast of Africa, man. There's still some of our people that stayed back, over there in Spain, man. That's why over there in Spain, slavery, the bulk of slavery mainly took place and started over there because Israel was already in there, man. During the time of the Dark Ages, we was already inhabiting that land, man. So that was the best time for Esau to actually, gather up the bulk of Judah, the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, say the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord had lived that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord lived that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Right, because the deliverance from Egypt was a great deliverance, man. All these nations know about the story of the Israelites leaving Egypt, by the hands of Moses, through the Red Sea, through the clutches of Pharaoh, being guided by the chariots. They all know that story, but the scriptures say that story is not gonna be spoken of anymore, man. But the story of read it again.
It says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Right, that the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north, which that's talking about North America, man. Because the bulk of Israel is over here, man. A lot of the elect is gonna be over here in North America, man. On the western part is where you have a whole lot of Israelites, man. You have Israelites on the eastern hemisphere too, but the majority is over here, man. This is where it's gonna happen at, man. And the Lord has it set up that way, man. So that story, this is a future prophecy that didn't take place yet, which also proves that the Israelites are still here today, and that they're here. And you gotta ask yourself, what's the land of the north, man? You dumbass people, you church people who claim that Israel don't exist no more, trying to open the gates of salvation for all these nations, man. The Israelites are still here, man. You looking at them, man. You call them niggas, you call them wetbacks, Haitians or whatever. This is what you call them. Those are the Israelites, man.
And from the lands whither he have driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, and I will give unto them unto their fathers.
Right. The Israelites have to be here today for this to happen, first of all, man. So basically the Lord is going to recover the rest of Israel, man. Recover the remnant of Israel, starting with the elect, starting with the 1/3 of Israel, and then eventually all the rest of Israel is gonna come back, back in the flesh in the kingdom of heaven, after we, the elect reproduces and all that, man. You got anything else?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people of the one end of the earth.
Right, the Lord shall scatter who? The Israelites, man. Among all people from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth, man. Why this happen? First of all, that was actually a curse that came upon us, man. To be stripped from your homeland, and scattered among the heathens, that's a curse, man. Because the Lord, it's the Lord not to mingle with the heathens, man. Not to have sex with their women, not to give your women to their seeds. But it all happened anyway, man. That was our curses, man. Another curse is to actually look like these heathens, man. To look like a cracker, to not have no pigmentation, that's a curse, man. So all of this is followed up by the curses that the Lord set on us.
It says, even unto the other end, yes, Yet thou shalt serve other gods, whether neither though thy fathers have known.
Right, and there we shall serve other gods, which neither our fathers did know, man. And that's what happened, man. That's living prophecy that actually happened, because over here, you know, the people on these sides, they worship other gods, man. They don't worship the God of the Bible, the God that we're telling them about, man. You know, they worship all these other gods. So that happened to the Israelites, man. That happened to you Negroes, you Latinos, down to you Mexicans. That didn't happen to the so-called Jew. You know, because he's worshiping the devil. Really and truly, when you go deep, the so-called Jew worships the devil. You know, they don't worship Buddha, Selassie, and all these other gods, man. Muhammad, you know, they don't worship that, man. But our people, we worship every god under the sun, under the heavens, man. You know, which was a curse unto them, man. You know,
It says, neither thy fathers have known even wood or stone.
yeah, neither our fathers have known neither wood or stone, man. Talking about these idols, because our people are all into idol worshiping, man. You know, every last one of them, man. There's no singling out any one of them. All of them into idol worshiping, man. You know, the Latin tribes, you know, from the dark tribes, man. You know, them Haitians over there, they all into that idol worshiping, man. You know, and that's the commandment, man. You know, not to have no other idols, not to worship idols, man, or make any graven images, man. All right.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 26. As the thief is ashamed when he is full, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings and their princes and their priests and their prophets, saying to a stone, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou that brought me forth from have turned their backs unto me.
Right, and that's what Israel do. Before they turn to the Most High, the Son, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they rather turn to a rock, you know, or a stone or wood. You know, all these graven images carved out to be a so-called deity, man. You know, like this right here. This is the idol number one right here, man. The devil. This is the devil himself, man. This is the idol that all of our people are into, man. You know, the God of the Bible ain't never looked like this cracker, man. You know, this is something the so-called white man did, you know, for power, man. You know, because he know, the so-called white man know that that first of all, he know who the Israelites are. You know, and in order to keep our people in mental slavery, he put this image up, man. You know, he put this image up. This is like the master image to our people. You know, they see this and they feel all offended, man, all butthurt and shit. You know, but all it says is this is the devil. You know, this is not biblical. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except to come a falling away first.
Right. Let no man deceive you, man. You know, let no man deceive you. This is a deception right here, man. You know, that's a deception. All these, like when we get into all these idols, the so-called white man is a huge deception, man. You know, he got you thinking, you know, life is not what it is, man. Or life is what he says it is, man. You know, that there's an American dream. You know, basically to keep you in slavery, to keep you working, man. To keep you chasing that to running that what do you call it, that hamster wheel, just constantly going and going, man. That's a huge deception, man. Right?
Alright, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That's talking about the so-called white man. That man of sin. You know, the son of perdition, the son of destruction, man. You know, because he's being revealed. The so-called white man is being revealed by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, using the men, starting with the elders down to the youngest men, man. We're revealing the so-called white man. You know, the Lord, really, you know, like the elders said before, the whole Constitution, the freedom of speech and religion was created for us, man. But for the sake of the Lord's people, man, because we would not be able to be doing this, you know, years ago during the KKK lynching and all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We would not be able to be doing this, man. You know, but because of that, the Lord set it up where the so-called white man, you know, push out these amendments. That's why he actually wanted to destroy the Constitution, man. Because just like the internet, he realized and learned that it's actually backfiring against him, man. You know, and that the people are waking up. All right?
who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Right, he opposeth, right? Opposeth and exalteth himself above all that which is called God, man. He opposeth God himself. You know, whom the world called God himself. Everything that the Most High is with, the so-called white man is against, man. You know? All that is God, all that is, you know, he opposes it, man. He's against it. The Lord has it right here, the law, statutes, commandments, the Bible, but the so-called white man opposes it, man. That's why he gives freedom and liberation to faggots and lesbians and to women, you know, and to just all wickedness, man. You know, but when you come with the Bible and you try to, you know, you bring out what's in the Bible to the so-called white man, he doesn't want to hear it. You know, like if you go to court and and the so-called white man has you swear in the Bible, but you even think about opening your mouth and bringing out Leviticus 20 and 13, you think he's gonna want to hear that? He's gonna lock you up and call it a hate crime, showing that proving the so-called white man's a hypocrite, man. You know, I dare one of you people to bring out Leviticus 20 and 13 in the court while you're swearing on the Bible, man. See what happened to your ass, man.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right. Like this right here, man. This is this is the actual man that actually lived, man. You know, Caesar Borgia. All right, during the time of the Renaissance period, the 1400s, the 1350s, around that time to the 1400s, man. You know, during the time of the Renaissance, which like the brothers brought out earlier, which means rebirth, man. You know, re meaning back and Nissan meaning in the flesh, man. You know, the so-called white man, he had to, you know, yeah, Nissan meaning birth. You know, he had to come back out, you know, basically, you know, because he served 1,000 years of slavery underneath the Israelites. You know, again, underneath the Israelites during the so-called Dark Ages, man. You know, while we ruled that part of Europe and Spain, you know, over there in Rome, all right? But then when it was time for the Lord to bring us out of our powership, out of our rulership, this is how it happened, man. You know, this guy posed as Jesus Christ, you know, put this image on the Native Americans when he came over here during the 1400s, you know, and then later on pushing his image on the Negroes, man. You know, that's why the people are deeply hurt when they see this image, man. Yeah.
That was the main point.
Yeah, we get the color of the Lord. Yeah.
Said the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 13. For thou hast set thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my thrones above the stars of the Most High.
Right, that's what the so-called white man says, man. You know that he's gonna exalt himself, sit above the stars of the Most High. You know, basically he's a proud man. He's all about exalting himself, man. You know, he's a greedy man.
It says,
right. Read on. I'm gonna read out, brother.
I will set also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud.
Right, and like the brother just brought it out, he just mentioned the satellites, man. The space stations as the so-called white man has set up, man. The sole purpose of a satellite is basically just to track everything, man. You know, how do you think you hook your GPS up in the car and drive around, or Google image to find out where to go in the city? It's because of the satellites, man. How do you think, you know, that this RFID chip is going to be functional by satellites, man? You know, them satellites, that's what the so-called white man is trying to do. He's trying to be God. He's trying to patrol the outer atmospheres, man. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and these satellites also got cameras in there, so they can see everything what you're doing. And what does the Most High angels do? They see everything. So you want to be like the Most High.
Yeah, right. Like what the brother said. You know, you Google image like the map, you know, a satellite image.